quite yet. Yep. We ready? Yeah, we're ready. Welcome. This is Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio. I'm Deanne Fitzpatrick, and this is our live. And we don't do a long introduction because, I find like when I go on a podcast and they have these long introductions, I'm putting the 30-second thing on. Are you guys? I just find that's like too much. So we don't want a long introduction. We want to get right down to it. So we have been, okay, so this is called the calm after the storm. It's not the calm before the storm, but it's the calm after the storm, because we just were bombarded with pattern orders and we are getting them out and they are going along really smoothly. We've hired a few extra people. Some of our part-timers are coming in extra, and we are getting those patterns out the door. Some of them, this is going to take 3 to 4 weeks probably for us to get this out. So we're talking mid to late September for some of the later orders. But if you want to order, like if you order wools or kits or anything beside that, we're putting them in a different pile and just shipping them out as they come in. So it's not going to delay all our orders, just our pattern orders for the sale patterns. I want to say thank you. Thank you for the support, for giving me that boost of confidence that you loved those old patterns. And just know that when we move over to make room. So good things, a lot of good things are coming. So I'm going to get in here now and hook this woman. I'm just excited to be back with you. I got to tell you one thing. Next week's Thursday Live is Wednesday. So this is our blue that we've ordered. This is still available on the website though, Angela, is it? This blue, we didn't sell out of it or anything.
Nope.
This is our sparkly blue that we were using last week. So I'm just going to add another little bit of that right in the foreground. And there we go. Where's my good scissors? These are the Pelican scissors. Okay. So how are you feeling after last week, Angela?
Good.
Good? Everything.
Overwhelmed?
Were you overwhelmed last week, or did things go along pretty smoothly?
I'd say we're still a little bit in the waves.
Yeah, there's a little bit of wave action going on here, isn't there? We're in the waves, but we know it's settling down now, so everything is going to be back to normal. We've had people on vacation and different things going on, so it's been an exciting time at the studio. Plus, we have so many visitors dropping in, people from all over the world. Yesterday, there was a couple of them from Germany who got some kits and are right excited. And they'd bought my book at the Art Gallery Nova Scotia gift shop, and they were here and came here afterwards. We taught them how to hook rugs. Kaylee taught them. Terry's back from her tour, so that's been kind of nice. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's looking good. So this is window pane blue, if you're wondering what I'm using, and it is on our website. So a lot of people ask me why I had to retire the patterns. Well, nobody has to retire. Nothing has to retire. But I just wanted to use my imagination again in a different way and start fresh. And I'm excited about that possibility. And when I saw the new patterns on the website, because we have posted, yes, we have posted just a few of them to get us started. When I saw those new patterns on the website, I thought, oh, that's why I did this. So that to me is a very exciting thing, to make room for new ideas and new thoughts and new dreams. And I can't wait to hook some of those patterns myself. I'll probably put one on the live here at some point, pick one and choose it. Oh, look at that. So this plant owner is almost done. And I'm going to show you something else today. I want to show you about a new yarn. Well, it's not a new yarn. It's a yarn we've had for a while. I think it's like, I don't know, how much is that yarn, Angela? $14.95, or did you notice? $16.95, $19.95?
I think around there.
Yeah, it's under 20, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you the beauty of it and what it can do on another rug that I'm working on inside. That if you've been on Instagram, we've been doing reels. Now this is a little bit magical for me because it's just, I'm listening to my audio book. I just take a little bit of hooking and then I put a tip on. So if you're not on Instagram, you should go on because we have little reels there. Every couple of days we've been posting little vignettes with tips and ideas about rug hooking. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Deanne Fitzpatrick at Hooking Rugs. And Deanne Fitzpatrick Hooking Rugs. And I'm going to show this rug I've been showing as I've been making it a little bit. That is done, except for I just don't know. I feel like she's narrower at the bottom than at the top. So this happens sometimes. I got to get a ruler. 1 second. So yeah, so it's 7.5 at the top, and 7.25 at the bottom. So we got to fix that up a little bit. Let's just do that. So what do you do in a case like that? What do you do when you've made a mistake in your measurements or you've hooked? As what can happen easily is up here probably hooked outside the line, and down here I hooked inside the line. So what I'm going to do is just thicken it all up a little bit. But I'm going to be conscientious of what wools I used where. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I don't need everything to be symmetrical, perfectly symmetrical. It doesn't matter. Your wool is like a thick wool like this is generally about 1/8 to 1/4. Well, 1/4 of an inch, I would say. See there, I'm inside the lines down here. You can see my marking. And so that was just a little mistake that I made. Well, I'm going to fix that now. I'm going to straighten her up. Don't have any more of that one, but I'll use this. It's close enough. There we go.
That's the one nice thing with the Shete camp frame. You can really see that.
You can really see that.
You might not notice that in a smaller.
You might not. If you're working on a hoop, you could easily miss that.
The Shete camp
That's
frame.
a good point, Lorna. Yeah. I love that about it, that I can see everything that I'm working on all together. Like it makes me happy. It's just so much easier. There we go. Thicken that up right there. I can see where I change my... There we go.
It's nice because we can see both your hands working.
Yeah, it's true, eh? You can see the underhand right here. It's pinching. It's important, that underhand. Like people say, oh, does your hooking hand ever get sore? I'm thinking, this is the one that's doing a lot of the work, right? It's pinching every time. So you gotta, no, they don't get sore really. I'm lucky that way, thank goodness. If they do, I just rest. They generally don't though. So guess what I did this morning before I came to work?
What did you do?
I made fish cakes.
Fish cakes.
They're so good. I know.
I haven't had them in a long time.
I've got company coming, and a couple of sets of company coming. So I made fish cakes, and I soaked the saltfish. I was up in Bathurst, and there's a beautiful fish market just past Bathurst. I don't know exactly where it is, but I went there and I bought a big piece, like a nice big thick piece of salt cod, and it's like thick like that. And then I soaked it overnight. I had it in the freezer. I just took it out. You don't need it in the freezer. That was just McCall coming in. I soaked it overnight, and I got a nice big thick, nice big thick piece of fish. So I took the water, I drained the water off it and put some fresh water on it this morning. And then I boiled the fish. I boiled the potatoes. I used, I don't know, it was like 2 big pieces like that of salt cod. And then I chopped up 3/4 of an onion. I didn't use the whole onion. And then I dipped them in flour. And I just put them in the fridge for my company. And last night I made date squares, but Roger's not in today. So
Oh,
he's out of luck
vacation.
because they're going to be gone. Yeah. Oh, he's on vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway, I got to feed a lot of people in the next week. So I got fish cakes and date squares.
Sounds good.
Can't beat it, really. So there she is. Is she named? Does she have a name? I don't know. This would make a great new pattern, really, wouldn't it?
Someone just said that.
Wouldn't that be a great new pattern? I'll see if Patrick wants to add that to the cache. I think that would be a sweet cache, sweet little addition to our pattern cache. I sort of gotta fix that up right up here. Okay, there we go. Now I brought over a bit of green. I'm going to just do the sky in this one too while I'm at it here. Might as well. This is window pane blue, and it is an amazing color, full of richness. Look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Angie dyes that. Look how good it mixes with the purple, right? Just perfect. Bring those over to meet each other. Down there. I'm going to take that coral that I used here. Remember we had that over in her thing and she just got pulled. See what happens when we use it in here. I think good things are happening with it here. I'm excited about, we're going to soon close the registration on our live courses for this fall. It's unusual. They haven't filled up immediately as some other courses are. We're doing hooking painterly, landscape, hooking painterly landscapes, and then we're doing hook the rug you always wanted to hook, and a design workshop. And they're both definitely going ahead. We've got lots of people registered, but they're not full. In a few days, we are going to, I'm not sure, like very early in September, I think, we're going to close the registration on those. So if you're thinking about it, and I don't know if we'll probably send out a newsletter to give you a little bit of notice about that, but I just want you to know that the registration will be closing on those because I have to plan how many, I have to plan for it. I have to plan the layout of the workshop. I have to plan how many patterns we needed, how many pieces of linen, how many lunches we're going to have it catered. So I have lots of work to do around it. And so does Kaylee and so does Angela. So, and we have to email everybody. So if you want to come to a live workshop with me in studio, like it's going to be right behind the studio actually. So not quite in studio, but in the community hall behind the studio, I welcome you. And it's Wednesday, September 18th and the 21st, right, Angela?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few spots left, and I want you to come if you want to. I know that we're going to have a great day, and it includes your lunch. It includes a linen pattern. You bring your own wool, your hook and your frame, and off we go together. This is nice now. Look at this, bringing that pink up here. So I hope that you will join me if you're thinking about it. But we need to decide pretty soon because we're gonna maybe another week and then we're.
I love the live workshops. They're so much fun.
Well, you get to know people in a way that you never do Nan, you should come in and talk about the live workshops because you've been in a live workshop, haven't you? Nan's visiting from, where are you visiting from? In London, outside of London.
Outside of London, yes.
London, England.
Yes.
Yeah, come on in, have a
Yes.
seat if you like. Join us. So you've been to a live workshop here, Nan?
I have
And-
met lots of fun people, and it was the beginning of my hooking career.
It was a long time ago that you first
It
came to a
was.
live workshop.
It was about 13 years ago.
Was it
actually.
really? And now, now that's come a long way for you, isn't it?
It has, yeah.
Tell
because-
us about that.
Yeah, it was. Somebody gave me a book that you had written,
Yeah.
and I loved it. So
Thank you.
I decided that I must come and visit.
And you came to visit. You were visiting here from England then, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So that began.
How many workshops did you come to? I think you came to I think it was those 3 days in June.
Yes.
Those were
yes.
sort of creativity and design workshops.
That's
kind
right.
of.
And there was another one. I'm not sure, was it a community hall or something? Down
Yeah,
across the
that's
street?
right.
Yeah, that was a big one. There was like 50 people. In
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they
And,
were
yeah,
incredibly
you
fun.
had some really good guest speakers.
Yes,
and
that's
they've
right. I did
been
in those
very
ones.
inspiring, and
Yeah.
met some really fun people, and that I
Right.
kept in touch with actually.
Yeah.
And just by the Facebook pages and that sort of thing. Been following it. I follow the lives when I hook.
Right. Thank you.
I've come to visit family here, so I've just finished hooking 24 mug rugs, which took a heck of a lot longer than I thought they would, but
Yeah.
they did, and they're beautiful and they're gorgeous.
And
so-
everybody's happy.
Well, they haven't seen them yet.
Oh, they're getting
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just arrived last night.
Oh, you just arrived. Gosh, we're one of your first stops.
Yes, one of the first.
I'm glad we
stops,
offered
yes.
you a cup of tea. That's good.
We had to go see the blueberry, big blueberry first in Oxford.
In Oxford.
Because our son is visiting from Oxford with his family, Oxford, UK.
Ah.
So now they have to see the other Oxford.
Now they're in the other Oxford.
Yes,
The Blueberry
yes,
Oxford.
the blueberry
It's a
Oxford.
it's a very sweet community, Oxford.
It is, yes.
Yeah, and a
absolutely.
beautiful family there who's created so much employment in Oxford
Oh,
around
fantastic.
the blueberries.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
So
wonderful.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a lively, it's a very thriving
It
community.
is,
Yeah.
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 And just before the pandemic, I started giving rug hooking sessions at the local library. And then,
Right.
of course, the pandemic, well, So then it became an online craft group for
Yes.
local people
Aw,
And-
outside of London.
outside of London, a place called Rickmansworth. And we have
so great.
a local community. It's a theater.
Yeah.
And so they put shows and all sorts of things on. But they also have an artist space about the size of this room.
Yeah.
And I did a show there just before the
Great.
pandemic. And so that's inspired me to do other things. I'm now hooking rugs for all my dining room chairs. So
Yeah.
we've got, it's very artistic, my house now. It kind of looks like your studio.
How
Not
does
as
your
good.
husband like it?
He loves it.
He loves it. Awesome. That's great. He
Yeah,
does.
He does.
Yeah,
He has
that's
no
wonderful.
choice. He helped me paint. It's a very colorful house, but I like that. It kind of reminds me of Maud's house, There's
Aw.
stuff all
But it's
over.
Nan's house.
It's Nan's house.
Yeah, it's Nan's
Perfect.
house.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're doing now next week, cousin, and maybe give us a little, give a little twirl.
Oh, I'll have a little twirl. Some of you may know about Tigger. Yeah. So a lot of people are doing the jackets where you design what you want on the back. So it's going to be interesting because Tigger
It's going to
is...
be fun. See what you all wear. Now, did you design your front too? Did you do that?
No, I got this at a charity shop.
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody threw a
Someone
bunch
else
of bleach
designed
on
it.
But
And you bought it at a charity shop, and then you hooked it on linen,
yes,
and then you hand sewed it to the back.
I did. Yeah. Some people, Winnie Glavine, I think what she does is she cuts the back panel out.
Yeah, makes it lighter,
It makes it lighter.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I figure I can chop and change. I don't need 5 jackets. I just need 5 things to chop and change with and
Yeah.
sew it.
That works good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works good. I
So-
once made a collar, a long collar for a coat, and I once made a hat.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. You can have
you
fun.
can. Well, Winnie's got a dress now. And she's going to be in Montreal at a
So Winnie's got a dress,
she's
a
got
whole
hooked
dress.
dress with a boat on it and
And now
water
Mary
and-
Mary Shepherd Burton, do you remember her? She
No.
was an American woman She told me years ago, "You've got a tiger by the tail." She was a Southern woman, and we were at the Canadian Museum of Civilization, and she made a whole coat all in creams, and she was on the cover of Rug Cooking magazine.
Cool.
So Winnie needs to get on the cover of something.
Yes, I'm sure she
Right?
will.
Will you ask Winnie if she'll post that on our Facebook page? It would be so fun.
Okay. Yes.
I would love to see
Yes,
that.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
brilliant. It's
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah. It would be fun if
Yeah.
on Wild with Wool there was like someone reporting on our Facebook page. Wouldn't it be
Yes.
fun to see that?
Yeah.
So if you put a few posts from the conference, we'd love to see it.
Okay, perfect. Well, not only that, she's got a young designer who does
Yeah.
knitwear. She's done the sleeves, she's done the legs, and a hat as well that goes with the dress. It's just
Okay,
incredible.
Winnie, you got to show
Yeah.
up for us, girl. We're wondering, like, do you want to come on the live and wear the dress? It would be
Yes.
so fun. But tell us about your growth. So you began, you didn't know how to hook, really.
No.
You came here, you learned how to hook, which I'm thankful that you found us. And now you are, what are you going to be doing next week?
I'm going to be teaching a workshop. It's not next week. It's the end of
It's
September.
the end of September.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another month.
You're going home and coming back again, right? You
Yes,
already told me
that's
that.
life.
Yeah.
That's
Everything is
perfect.
next week for me.
Is it?
And everything is yesterday. Sorry. So you're going to be teaching, and are you excited about that?
I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's good
Aw.
fun. It's just
Isn't that so nice?
Conferences are wonderful opportunities. I've been with the Nova Scotia group as well when they do their
Yeah.
conferences at Mount St. Vincent.
Yeah.
there. And it's a wonderful environment. Really great to meet so many fantastic people
Yeah.
who all share the same things. And so, as you say, so many ideas come out of it about what people are doing, and they're being very creative. And it's just, it's helped me. I've joined an art group in my local community,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
So you know so many more people
I
now in
do.
your community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and these people have they exhibit exhibitions.
Yeah.
So I've tried my hand at painting, like
Yeah.
you have. I was
Yeah.
inspired by some of the sessions that I've taken with you over the years.
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Wow.
Over the maybe. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you did. You were in the harbor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
a brilliant
That was
course. I
brilliant.
love that
Yeah,
too.
it
It
was
was
really
so
good.
fun.
Because all the books, and I bought them, I bought them, I read them.
Yeah.
You know, and
There
it
was so
really
much
helped.
learning.
And then it gave me the impetus to go out and join some of these other groups.
Yeah.
So when the artists who do mostly painting, they had an exhibition at our local community waters meet, and so I put some of my stuff in too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my chair with the the cover that I hooked, and
Yeah.
people are going, Nan said she has 3 here. I see 2 on the wall. Yeah, look at the chair.
Sure. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
So,
And it's well received.
yeah.
And I love that people, like one time as rug hookers, we would have felt like, well, they're painters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not good enough, or what we do isn't good enough. But nobody
Yeah.
feels that way anymore.
No,
I mean,
tell
some
them
people probably
I
do,
paint
but we
with wool.
paint with wool.
And we do
Yeah.
a big billboard on the side because we live near canals, the
Yeah.
Grand Union Canal that goes into London.
Yeah.
And so there's all these little narrow boats and everything. And then there's a big supermarket, and it's got a big brick wall.
Right.
And they put this big mural up there, and we each do a panel in the mural. So there's I think this year there's 20 or 30 panels.
Wow.
So I painted one of them.
You painted one of them.
I did.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Now you could on Pub Wash, they're taking pictures of some people take pictures of their rugs
Yes.
and put them up as art on the sides of buildings, like a
Yes.
mural.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Interesting.
if you
Yeah.
wanted to do your rugs, you could get that out there too.
That's a brilliant place there.
would be
I love
fun.
that little place.
Isn't that
Pub
sweet?
Wash.
Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're really strong artistic community there, doing
Yes.
stuff like where you live.
Yeah.
Really, it
Yeah.
sounds like a very creative space.
Yes.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
like
thank
I'm
you.
happy that
Yes.
you're thriving.
Yes.
And you also went to Antarctica.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get to Antarctica. I got to Christchurch.
Close enough.
Close. Well, it was close enough because they actually have the Antarctic exhibit. They have this
They do.
huge Antarctic museum there. So I
Yeah,
don't.
do.
So
Yeah.
I don't suppose you took your rug hooking to Antarctica.
No. Yeah. Packing restrictions.
Yeah, very limited. Yeah, very limited.
So,
and you're
yeah.
traveling and enjoying your life, aren't you?
Exactly. And as you always say, when you teach somebody to rug hook, you never know what you're teaching. You never
No.
know where it will go.
You don't
So,
know where it's going to
yeah.
go. It's true.
Yeah.
You just don't know. I'm glad to see you today.
And you as well.
Yeah, when you came in, your husband said, "Do you remember Nan?" Yes, of course. Yeah, I think you were here for maybe 5 or 6 workshops over
Yes.
the years, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
And then you were in the harbor with me.
Yes.
That was a good
Yeah.
Those were good few years in that
Yes.
harbor course.
Yeah.
We took a lot of people, you know,
Yeah.
in that course, and a lot of those people took themselves a long way.
Yes.
Because you know, you came here for courses, but really, man, you took yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Along the way.
Yeah.
Through rug hooking. You used rug hooking to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 You channel that creativity, and people say, "Oh, I can't do that." I said, "Well, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You just have to believe."
It's true, isn't it? I know. You just
say,
have to
mine
believe.
doesn't look like that. Doesn't
I
have
know.
to. It's not supposed to.
I know.
It's supposed to look like what you decide. I still kept my first rug that I hooked here.
Yeah.
And it's up there.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's all right. But I say it's all right because it's my first one.
It is. It's good to know where you were and where you are. I think reflection is an important part of life, right?
Yeah.
So that helps you reflect on.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with your class. Do you know how many people are registered for your class?
I've got a small class. I've got 3 or 4 in the class.
Beautiful.
But I love that.
That's going to be lovely.
Yes. I took a course where there was only a few of us plus the teacher, and that was very intimate. That I really enjoyed that. So I'm absolutely fine with that.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Once, I think it was during 9/11. All the people who were flying in for the course in that September couldn't make it, and we ended up with a really small class. One of the participants actually was Doris Eaton. Only the people who were like driving could come, like from Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. And it was an incredible class because we were all shaken.
Yes.
And upset. And we all had this one thing that we could gather around. I think there were 4 or 5, maybe 6. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But it was the most beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can really connect.
Yeah.
Right? And you can really help. Hello, welcome. You can really connect, and you can really welcome, you know, them to your ideas.
Yes.
Yeah. So good luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
I really do.
Thank you. It's nice to see you and everybody again.
Thanks for coming on the live. We like having guests. It makes it more fun for me.
Yeah,
like it is, definitely. And I hope more fun for you, you know. I'm going to show you a couple of yarns. I just want to come in here, Nan. I'll show it to you too if you want to come look. But I just grabbed this yarn. These are the yarns that we have for today's show. And we have 8 new patterns on the website. So you could just go on and look at them. They're different than anything we've ever had before. They are. Go look. All right. So I was out there yesterday and I'm making a sky. Are you coming?
Okay.
We don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Are you coming? Okay. So I was out there yesterday and I was making a sky, and I was making the $5 bundles. And then I found this yarn on the shelf and I thought, what is that? It's so good for what I want to do, because see, I pulled out pink and I pulled out yellow and I pulled out all kinds of blues, like all kinds of stuff here. And what I want to do is I want to make the sky, but I want some depth in the sky. So then I found this yarn, and it's called Wax Strips, and it's Rosario's Forest. Let's see if I can get in there. Is there any trick to this?
That's it. Just dig.
Dig. Dig and hope.
Yeah,
dig and hope.
You did it. Yeah.
I did it. Okay, so look at it. There it is. It has everything I want in it. So what I'm doing with this is, as I'm going to, well, I'm not what I'm doing. I'm saying what I'm going to do with this is, as I make my clouds, I'm going to go in my clouds. Look at that. Just like this is how I feel. Like, oh, this is good. Like, you know, like when you get something like it's really good to eat, or it's really good to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy, right? Because it's so good. And it is.
It's perfect. When I first came to your workshops, somebody was talking about a stash, and I thought, what's a stash? Well, now I know.
Yeah, now you know.
And that's why you have a stash.
Yeah, everybody in your house knows. Yeah.
You dig out these really good things.
You do.
Come in handy.
So I'm just using this as an accent, and it has everything I want in it. And it's going to make this rug like a little bit like that. You think, what's that going to do? I tell you, one yarn, a little bit, can really do something amazing. So this is like a studio silk. Ange, did we put those silks on?
We did.
This is a studio silk that I'm using here. And then I'm just trimming it up. Lorna's shaking my frame. You know what happens when people shake the frame, Lorna?
Same idea as when I touch Angela's computer.
Yeah, if you touch the screen of Angela's computer. You know what happens though sometimes is you hook the skin of your finger, and then you can't hook for 3 days. No, I'm only kidding. It doesn't really very often, but it's more likely that I'm in one of those excited moods and I hook the skin of my finger. So look at that. So now I'll just add some light blue underneath that.
So
I'll add some of the blue silk. So this is going to be 3 strands. Go ahead, Lauren. What are you
I
saying?
was just going to say, I'm just putting it out here that if the Tigger goes to the UK, I'll go and be the.
Do you want to be the
Excellent.
reporter?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. Everybody up for that? Tigger, Lorna's going with a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deanne
I'll be the
Fitzpatrick
reporter.
studio will send her and she can be the floating reporter because Deanne
Perfect.
doesn't want to go anywhere. Hopeless. I can hardly get to Tidnish without complaining. So yeah, Lorna, that would be great.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You could teach rug hooking and no.
Get carried away. I'm
Don't
doing
get
it
carried away.
before.
Wouldn't that be fun if you
Don't stand down.
wouldn't it be fun? Yeah, if you could go. That would be
Same
so
castle.
fun. And so here's the light blue, and now we're going to mix that with the light blue. And oh, this is going to be one beautiful sky. I just know it. So yeah. So where's Tigger next? Do they know or they announce it?
They don't. Yeah, it gets announced.
Gets announced. Well, if it goes to England, if it goes to Scotland, Lorna.
Ugh, Ireland, I'm there.
You missed the last one, which was in England. They're
Oh.
triennial, so every 3 years.
Oh,
But the pandemic kind of knocked it a bit out of whack. But yeah, it wasn't a castle there.
Yeah.
Yes. And
oh, Lorna, you missed it.
the people who were hosting it all dressed up and they paraded in and we had, it was amazing. It was just amazing.
So this silk is a wool that we have under our new products today, and the Rosarios is too. So I just wanted you to see just what it does and how it contrasts with like a simple studio dyed like this. It contrasts because of the sheen on one and the sheenlessness of the other. And one isn't better than the other or more important than the other, just like people. I read this story in the paper once about a lawyer from town who became a judge, and I loved this story. And her father, she was very successful, and her father, she said the advice that her father had given her, and her father had told her, my dear, you might be smarter than other people, but you're never better. Isn't that great advice? She might be smarter, but she's no better. And that's the way I feel about my wools. Like this one, I love that about people too. You might be smarter, but you're no better. And you might not be smarter, and you're no worse, right? That this wool and that wool, like one is not better than the other, or more important, or more valuable. Might be more expensive, but expense does not tell you the value of something. That's for sure, right? So, so let's now get the cream in here. But that story was in the paper, and it was just a lovely story. I think you now live in her house, that girl's house.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Always stuck with me. So then we put the white in, and you can see I'm not following the lines on this, so don't get worried. There are no, I'm not good at following the lines. I'm not going to worry about that. But let's just see what's happening there in the sky. So that's just a beautiful little sky lesson, and just shows you like what you can do. And when I look at that sky, when that's on the wall, that pink and those other blues, they're going to take me back behind things going on behind the clouds, right? Yeah, so that's it for today. I think I'm going to get tripped up in my wool here now. There we go. It's wrapped around my leg. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd probably go viral. Okay, so, oh, can you grab that yarn, Lauren, so we can show it? And these are the yarns for today. Oh, great, Nan. Thank you. So that's wax drips and forest. And this is Aurora Borealis, which we didn't use today, but I think would have been great in this rug as well. Like if you want to sort of show a little roughness and maybe a little like seaweed in the water, like where it's coming close to shore. And these are our silks, and we have 3 colors in the silks. We have Whitecap Wave, Koi Periwinkle, and Heavenly Cloud. And Greg dyed all of these. This denim is gorgeous. So we don't have a lot of this, folks. And I don't know how much that is. It says
$29.95 on the front.
Is it $29.95? Oh, great. Okay. All right. So there you go. That's the story for today. And the other story I think we've shown today is that when you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. So it's important. If you have something good, it's important to share it. And I think Nan showed us that today, that when she's going on to do that now, she's going to share rug hooking. And when we share rug hooking, we never know what we're sharing. So share it. And thanks for being with us. And I enjoy doing this so much. And remember, next week, Wednesday live on Thursday live on Wednesday. I have a friend coming to visit on Thursday, and